I'm confused.
Yes, and this will be sort of a test round because this question is sort of just fun. So the first question is, I'll sort of rephrase this. So if we were all going to the premiere and if we were all going to dress up as a character, as characters, who would you guys dress up as?
Okay. On the count of three, the Hobbs is going to go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so this is Lee, and I would go as Gracie Say.
Okay, this is Megan. Of course, I would be Katniss and wear the Girl on Fire dress.
All right. What about the rest of those seconds? You still have 29 seconds. You want to waste them? Their answers were so good that they don't need to use anymore. All right, we're going to go on.
Well, this is the kind of question that doesn't necessarily merit.
Right.
Yeah,
much.
I mean, I don't know what more you can say. I want to be flaming walking down that carpet.
Well, that's true. Although I'm sure some people will have longer answers in some way. Or I would. I would probably talk forever. Okay, next is Theresa and Arianna ready to go. On your mark.
Yeah.
Get set. Go.
I would go as Johanna from Catching Fire.
Whoa.
After she takes her tree costume off.
Wait, what are you wearing in that situation?
Go as Johanna. Remember in Catching Fire when she takes off her tree costume.
Right. So is the tree costume on when you arrive, or is that come off in the business course?
Well, I'm
trying to get a visual for myself.
You know.
Okay. What about you, Arianna?
I think I'd go as one of the Capitol citizens and just go all crazy with like leotards and purple hair and blue lipstick and just go all wild out there.
Wonderful. All right, and now we move on to the guests. So it's going to be Ariel first, Kat second, and Jerome third. Ready, set. Oh, and by the way, I should say Ariel is an expert costume maker in addition to all the other things that she does. I can tell you because I've seen it firsthand. So on your marks, get set, go.
I will be Katniss when she first enters the arena as the burning coal on fire with a unitard, knee-high boots, and a homemade flaming scarf flying off my back and a headdress that I made myself.
Okay. Kat?
Oh, gosh. I think I would have to go as one of the horrible, like, lizard, baboon, dog, human combination things that chases the group at the end of Mockingjay. Sorry, Jerome, I just ruined that for you. My bad. Spoiler alert.
Jerome?
Oh, here I am. I'll go as Katniss, and I will. And since I like bows and arrows and quivers, I'll just as long as I can have the bow, arrows and quivers, I'll be fine.
So apparently that time's up a little. It's not gender specific, apparently, at least in the Jerome Preisler.
No, I didn't get that impression, so I just figured I'd go with it.
No. I encourage you, by all means, to be expressive. So we have, I don't know, I mean, I was leaning towards Theresa and the whole Johanna costume, but I don't know, Ariel's costume was pretty neat, and then Kat really kind of blew me away with that answer. So, I don't know, what do you think?
The fact that Jerome wants to go as a girl.
Well, keep in mind that was just a practice round.
Right. So if we were giving points, we might have given that to the guests. So is this fun? Is everyone this would be fun. This would be good. All right. Yeah. Savanna, what's our first real question? Go ahead.
Okay. The first real question is, who do you think will be cast next?
Okay. We will start with the Hob. Go.
Okay. I say Haymitch or Effie. That's Megan.
I say Haymitch or Prim.
Okay, great. A very brief.
Now, do we get the point after they do this, and we know who's cast?
We could do that. We could, but let's go with the guests second this time. We'll switch the order around. So this starts with Ariel, then Kat, and then Jerome. Ready, set, go.
Haymitch.
All right.
Oh,
short answer.
Okay.
Kat?
I think that Haymitch as well, and I think they're going to cast Charlie Sheen.
Oh my God.
I never thought about that. That might be pretty good.
That would be great
You wouldn't even have to
publicity
ask.
for the movie. And what about you, Jerome?
I'm useless. I don't know who they casted. Have they casted Rue?
They haven't. So far, they've only cast Katniss, Peeta, and Gale.
Okay, so I'll say Rue because I liked her.
Yeah, I liked her too, actually.
I like that response.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I worry about Charlie Sheen, I know we have Theresa from Michigan and Megan's a Tigers fan. I don't know, Charlie Sheen didn't really do so well in Detroit the last week, from what I saw.
No, he didn't.
So I don't know if but maybe he could kind of resurrect his career as Haymitch. So we still have Down with the Capital to go here, right? So let's go with them. On your mark, get set, go.
I think Prim. I think they're going to surprise us and go with Prim.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Theresa and say Prim, get the young kids out of the way.
I see. All right, good. So it seems like the guests are, very loquacious, and then the other teammates here are, I think it's because you're so fried from covering this stuff day after day after day. How much more can you say about that? All right, so we'll reserve scoring on that. We'll go to the next one. Savanna, what's the next question?
Okay, so next question is, in the film, this is in the film, mind you, do you think that the District 12 characters will speak in Southern accents, as we saw? We know that when Suzanne Collins did the reading, she used a Southern accent when she was speaking. So do you guys think that in the film, the District 12 characters will also speak in Southern accents?
I was actually discussing this with my daughter last night. She's reading the book. She's reading Hunger Games, and I was reading her the book in her accent, and she was not digging it. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I think, to be true to it, that they will, but who knows? It'd be interesting to see them do that.
Right. And Megan, we had talked about this in email, like all the admins on the Hub had this really interesting set of emails going back and forth where we talked about this, about, whether the dialogue is going to work or not, because they would need like a dialogue coach on the set of the film so that everybody had, an accent that kind of sounded like they came from the same area or not. And I don't know whether it would work. I know that when you read it and you see it and you kind of hear it in your head, you're going to sound something out different. I just don't know whether it would work in the film. I'm kind of hoping that they don't, but I know that I'm kind of in the minority about that.
Sure. We kind of broke from our format, but that's okay. If you guys have want to give a good answer.
It was kind of a hot button issue, actually.
Yeah, actually, let me ask Ariel, because Ariel was there with me when we went to the grand opening of Mockingjay, and Suzanne Collins spoke to the whole group putting on that Appalachian accent. What did you think of that, Ariel?
Well, to tell you the truth, when I read it, I, of course, read Katniss with my own accent, because that's how you read books, unless it's actually written in a dialect, which it wasn't. So I knew it was happening. It was a bit of a shock, and I'm okay with it because it was Suzanne reading it. But honestly, I know for a lot of my friends and a lot of people I know are really upset about the accent because we all read it in our own voices. So I think that Suzanne Collins' interpretation of Katniss's accent is merely her personal accent because she didn't write it in dialect. She wrote it plainly. So I think that I kind of hope that they don't do the accent thing. I feel like that could be it could be done poorly if they can't hold up the accent very well. I mean, maybe like slight dialects and different, like so people from the same district sound the same. But
well, of course, we could say, who is that Suzanne Collins? How dare she tell us how these characters can speak? I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing you. No, I'm kind of with you. I was uncomfortable with her accent too a little bit. I didn't love it, to be honest.
I was taken aback at first. I was not prepared to hear her read it that way.